In our last two episodes, you rode with us from Dawson Creek, British Columbia to Soldier Summit on the bank of the amazing Kluane Lake. We covered just over 1,000 miles of this truly epic journey along the Alaska Highway. Now we continue our drive north and travel the last portion of this great road. We are about to experience some extremely isolated stretches of road that are also the roughest we've seen. This road will test our equipment and our driving skills.
We have a rogue screw on the floor.
Oh boy. Come along as we travel through the Yukon, a remote area that travels north all the way to the Arctic Ocean. We'll head north and west along the Alaska Highway, crossing back into the United States and the great state of Alaska. Here we'll finally arrive at Delta Junction, the official end of the Alaska Highway. The Alaska Range remains on our left as we push our way through the birch and spruce forest of the Yukon. Midway up the lake, we pass Destruction Bay, and the road conditions change rather suddenly.
So we've been hearing that the road past Destruction Bay to through the border with Alaska turns to crap, and we just came through Destruction Bay and it immediately started. There are just constant frost heaves and patches in the road and bumps, and it's pretty bad.
From here, all the way to Beaver Creek, the Alaska Highway is filled with frost heaves and potholes. The road surface changes between asphalt, gravel, chip seal, and even just dirt in places that were actively under construction. This 116 miles has some of the worst road conditions we have seen. Well, we've all heard the stories about traveling the Alaska Highway and how bumpy it is and dirty. Well, up until we got to Destruction Bay, it wasn't too bad. They had a couple of signs here and there for frost heaves, and you wouldn't hardly even have to slow down for them. But now that we're north of Destruction Bay, holy cow, the attitude of this road has changed. So we're driving about 20 to 25 miles per hour now. It's pretty rough. It's complete dirt. And our camper trailer now looks like the typical Alaskan highway camper trailer, which is covered in dirt. Google Time says we should be able to drive this stretch in approximately 2 hours and 15 minutes. However, because of the road conditions, it takes us nearly 6 hours to go the distance. For much of it, we are only traveling 10 miles per hour while sawing at the wheel to swerve around as many potholes and frost heaves as possible. We stopped for the night and found a pull-through campsite here. You can see the rig's starting to look a bit dirty. How's everything looking here?
We have a rogue screw on the floor.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. Something came out of somewhere. Otherwise, just pillows were thrown around and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So far, anyway. The screw was laying right here on the floor. Here it is. It was right there.
Alright, we'll figure it out.
Well, we are leaving Lake Creek Yukon Government Campground. It was a nice quiet place for the night. I think there were probably only 3 or 4 other campers in here. We're getting ready to get back on the Alaska Highway and head toward Alaska. We have made it to Alaska. We are standing right now on the Alaska-Yukon border. I think Jeff is in Alaska and I'm in the Yukon at the moment. And then if you look that way, that cleared cut area it marks the border. We've seen that before in like near Glacier National Park in Montana. So that runs pretty much all the way, all along the border. We are approaching the border crossing into Alaska. This is what it looks like. It's pretty small. We just made it through the border crossing. It was absolutely the easiest border crossing we've ever been through. There's lots of bugs coming, so. He asked us, the only question he asked us was if we had anything to declare from Canada, which we do not. And he said, have a good day. So we're on our way. Yay, we're in Alaska. A lot of these trees on the side are black spruce trees. And I was just reading that they grow so slowly that a tree 2 inches in diameter may be 100 years old. So they are slow growers.
Right about now, you might be thinking, hey, they made it to Alaska. The road should be smooth from this point forward. But that's not the case. The road didn't improve until we got to Tok, Alaska, and that's another 89 miles away.
Well, we're getting ready to add the Alaska sticker. This is an exciting one.
Northernmost state.
We've waited a long time to add this sticker.
There it is. We're preparing to leave Sourdough Campground, Sourdough RV Park, I guess it is, and campground in Tok, Alaska. We finally got things cleaned up over the last couple of days. We've got our laundry caught up, and we got some work done on the blog and some video edited and posted. Heather's finishing up filling the water tank, and we're draining the gray tank, and we're almost ready to go.
Our plan for the day is to complete the Alaska Highway. It ends in Delta Junction, so that's where we're going to head first, and then we're not really sure where we're going to stay tonight. We'll find someplace.
The drive from Tok to Delta Junction is 107 miles, and it's filled with the beauty of Alaska. The sun is out, there's a spring crispness to the air, and it becomes apparent the splendor of the area is boundless. We still have the snow-capped mountains of the Alaska Range on our left as we follow the Tanana River north and west. We cross over the great rivers of the Robertson, the Johnson, and the Gersel.
Well, we just took a random roadside pull-off, and I mean, there are views everywhere here. You can't get a bad view. If you look behind me this way, there's the Alaska Range. But I mean, you just can't, even just on the side of the road, everything is beautiful, and there's always mountains and lakes and rivers and lots of things to see. It's awesome. The 1,365-mile Alaska Highway ends at Delta Junction, 200 miles past the Alaska border. The town came into being as a construction camp for the building of the Alaska Highway in 1942 and the Fort Greely Army Post in the early 50s. It is the end of the Alaska Highway. We've done the whole thing. It's been quite a ride. Look, I found some life-size replicas of mosquitoes, Alaskan mosquitoes. It's not too far from the truth.